Brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
They're literally down in the dumps.
Obviously, there's a great deal of frustration with regard to just the mission that we have been asked to take on for the past several years and almost decades, and that's basically to police our villages, our communities.
Part of that growing frustration is the piling of trash that continues to build through the many villages on Guam. During a recent Mayor's Council of Guam meeting, freshman Senator Talina Cruz Nelson addressed the matter.
From my understanding, you received a stipend previously and for collecting white goods and larger, I guess, couches and so forth and so on. Right? Yeah. So I think that was taken away, right? That funding. Yes. So I want to address that to see what we can do to pass policy so you get that funding back. Because I know that it's a very big issue for within the villages for illegal dumping.
And for Mayor's Council Executive Director Angel Sablan, it's an issue that's becoming harder to clean up.
This recycling issue is actually a big one. I mean, I get a call every day this past 2 weeks from different mayors saying, how come we can't put our white goods or our metals over to the recycling companies? They're refusing to accept it. He
says a contract between EPA and the recycling companies was recently terminated. He adds the issue has become that recycling companies do not have any purchase orders from EPA, so they're refusing to take the trash, including metals, tires, and white goods that the mayors drop off. He further cites a recent law that EPA could not give out any more funds for these efforts until some master plan was approved by the Guam legislature. Meanwhile, aside from trash collection, the mayors are also concerned about enforcement of penalties and fines. Deputy Mayor Melissa Savares says she's given up on reporting anything to EPA because sometimes it takes almost a year to get to the court, and often the culprit would only get a slap on the wrist.
So it's basically, we have to fend for ourselves. Now when we find trash, I go to look for the person. Half the time they don't live in Dennyville. They live in Agana Heights or you know. But and if they do live in Dennyville, Senator, we go and knock on their doors and almost force them to get out.
Meanwhile, Laureate Chalampago Mayor Jesse Gogui suggested lawmakers address the adjudication process to make sure that the enforcement actually gets carried out.
And so you may want to take a look at that. If the courts aren't adjudicating these citations, then what's the glitch?
Senator Nelson says she would collect information on the tipping fees, enforcement, and prior legislation in hopes of introducing a bill to address the mayor's concern. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.
Brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.